Hello, everybody. Cheryl Echeverria here of Echeverria Travel, and I'm coming to you today, January 26, 2021. It's Tuesday, 26th day of January of the new year. So I hope you're out there. Uh, Please chat with me below. You can definitely in, just want to make sure if you could hear me and see me, please put a comment so we can chat with each other. And also, please note to access the chat, you need to be able to use StreamYard.com, Facebook, which is the platform I'm on. It's free to use, and you can definitely access it. So, moving forward. Today, I'm talking about all inclusive resorts and the difference in them. They are all not cookie cutter, the same, whether it's the destination or the type of person you are, or big and small. They're all designed for the client in mind, for whether it's budget friendly, whether it's family friendly, which is couples only, which is dedicated for singles or health and wellness. There's so many different all-inclusive properties out there, and we're going to be talking to you about the basic things to look forward to ask for, and when you're speaking with a travel agent, we will definitely ask you more and more to just to complete the package of exactly what you're looking for. Remember, it's not about the destination. Which can be, that's a big part of it. And also, just don't say, I just want to go to a beach. I was kidding around today with my guest on Talk Travel with Cheryl, which will be on this Friday at 10 a.m. So that one is with my friend Mr. Richard Moss from St. Lucia Tourism Board, and we had a really great time talking about St. Lucia, the destinations, the food, and so much more. And he's a great friend, and you'll learn so much. Plus, on Facebook, I have some great offers for February for visiting St. Lucia. It's about a 3-hour flight from the Florida area. There are nonstops out of Miami, Atlanta, New York, New Jersey, and plus we could get you connection destinations from almost any place that you live in the U.S. For all my contact information is going down here on the scroll on the bottom, so let me know and we'll be glad to help you out. Okay, today in news, I just want to let you know, as you know, we have a new administration, whether you like it or not. We have a brand new administration. Things are going to be changing in the travel industry due to the fact that there's a tighter or more contagious strain of the virus. People from Brazil, the UK, and South Africa are being banned from traveling to the USA at this time. Also, traveling outside of the U.S. If you're a U.S. citizen traveling abroad, hello, who's ever there? I see your lovely faces there. Say hello. Chat with us. We want to hear your questions and all that. Traveling outside the U.S. starting today, the 26th. Once you leave the U.S., you not only need a negative COVID test leaving the U.S., but you're going to need one returning, or if you can prove that you have gone through COVID the last 90 days and you can prove you had it and you've gone through it, that is something as well. So each destination that you visit has a different health protocol, but 90% of them do need PCR tests. And upon leaving your destination, most of the resorts that you're visiting will offer a free test to return back into the U.S. And again, what's been open for months is U.S. destinations: Mexico, Hawaii, Tahiti, the Caribbean, and many other destinations are open to travel to, as long as you abide by the travel protocols that have been put in place for not only our safety, but the safety of residents of the countries that you're visiting. We have to remember we have brothers and sisters all over the world that rely on their health and all that as well. So it's not just us visiting, and we must be respectful of that as well. Also, you may have heard that there's a lot going on with Walt Disney World and Disneyland. Disneyland is still not open. It is being used for giving vaccinations and also to do testing out in California. A lot of updates of Walt Disney World, which I will be talking about directly next Tuesday at 3 p.m. All the updates of Walt Disney World from now until moving forward, everything from the annual passes to the buses to the train coming to Disney Springs to even if I have gone from in the past booking and saying stay at the Walt Disney World Resort hotels, you may want to think about that now because there's a lot of options that will not be available to you staying at Walt Disney World anymore. And some of the best options may be staying off property at one of the Disney neighborhood resorts. So more on Walt Disney World next Tuesday at 3 p.m. Eastern. And remember to definitely sign up and chat along with us. This is being recorded, so once I'm done here, if you missed any of this, you can check it out on my Facebook page at Echeverria Travel. Echeverria Travels on Facebook. It's also going to be posted on YouTube and Instagram as well as LinkedIn. So, and the best way to reach me is reservations at echeveriatravel.com, 407-910-6469. I am now also on WhatsApp app. So that number is 631-456-5394. And to please set up your free consultation with me. We'll either do it over the phone or through Zoom. I prefer Zoom so we can see each other in chat and all that, and I'll ask questions and answer as much as your concerns. We work with, as a reminder before I go on with our discussion, we do work with our veterans, those with special needs and disabilities. I do offer individual customized travel planning, whether you want to go in a group or just you and your spouse or friends and family traveling. And we also do once-in-a-lifetime small group escorted by me and Nelson Destinations. And if you're on my mailing list, you know that we're planning for the Israel and Jordan trip for 2022 for November. So if you got that information, please start contacting me about that trip so we can start doing deposits and do payment plans. And eventually we'll be holding a Zoom webinar with Ronan, the owner of Yala Tours, who will do a full in-depth presentation on his company as well as our trip to Israel. We're also planning on a Mississippi River cruise. We're definitely going to be focusing in on 2022 with U.S. destinations as well as we moved our Alaska cruise from August 21 to May 2022. So many of these destinations you might be interested in. If you have your own group, if you're a Pied Piper, or if you want to do your own group with friends and family or couples or a retreat or something for your business, because we love working with health and wellness organizations and all that, please reach out to us. And we do love working with you and with groups and all that and find you some really great options. Other thing coming up is Valentine's Day. As we all know, December, January is a big month for engagements, planning your destination wedding. And last year, a lot of couples either couldn't get married or they had to drive-by weddings. And if you if you're already married and want to do a destination wedding on the beach or do that once in a lifetime, or if you've been married like me and Nelson for 30 years and every vacation we take is a second honeymoon or third, please reach out to us. We love working with you in romance, no matter how long you've been married, whether it's the beginning, middle, or your golden age of you and your family. Again, please reach out. We'd love to hear from you. Put in hello in the comments so we can know you're out there listening to us. Okay, so moving forward, all-inclusive resorts, not a cookie cutter. What you need to know is that, as again, all-inclusive resorts are different, just like you and I are different. They are located primarily in Mexico and the Caribbean, but as with Club Med, who was the first company to offer the all-inclusive option, which is more of a beach club resort kind of feel to it, not so much as a luxury destination. They are 90% family resorts all over the world. You can, in the Caribbean, you get your beach resorts and your Cirque du Soleil resorts. In Mexico, you have the resorts in the Yucatan and Cozumel, Los Cabos. In Europe or Canada, they specialize in skiing resorts. And what's good about these resorts, they do include the sports. So if you're a skier and like winter skiing, the skiing is included in your stay. And many people know how expensive skiing can be. You bring your own skis and your own boots with you, and the lifts and all those other things are included, but they recommend that you bring your own boots if you're a skier, and everything else can be offered to you once you get to the resorts, whether it's in Switzerland or skiing in Japan, in Canada. And there is an all-inclusive Club Med here in Florida, the Sandpiper, which you may have seen me and Nelson at in the past. It's the family resort. It's not a luxury resort, but it's a clean, beautiful getaway resort, which includes golf, pickleball, tennis, volleyball, spa treatments, and so much more. Spa is never included in your resort, so I'll step back a little bit on that. So when you're thinking about going to an all-inclusive resort, yes, you want to think about the destination of where it is. Do you want to just be at the all-inclusive resort all day long and never leave? Or do you want to go to a resort that you're near the excursions or near the destinations you want to be at? Our first together resorts that we went to as a married couple, me and Nelson, was the El Conquistador Resort, which we stayed at in Puerto Rico. It's not all-inclusive, but we were able to add on dining. We decided to do our own excursions around Puerto Rico, especially since Nelson is from Puerto Rico. We went to see his family. We got to go to Ponce. We got to go to Ayuque. We drove around and went to some of the restaurants off property. Had basically the European plan where we have breakfast included. So you want to also remember that some resorts have European plan, which is basically you have your continental breakfast included, or your all-inclusive plan, which is your breakfast, lunches, dinners, your snacks, your alcohol, your non-alcoholic, your coffees and teas and sodas and all that. What you want to know the difference is that what you want to do on property as well. Some resorts are geared to just couples in love, and when I say couples in love, it's couples, whether you're single or married, whether you're LGBTQ, and that you also need to be careful with, because some destinations are not as friendly to those than they are to others. But when I say couples resorts, you're not going to go with your sister to the Sandals property because you want to go to Sandals Ocean Rios. So let me step back a little bit. Some of our favorites that we travel to is Sandals and Beaches. We are specialists with those resorts. So let's go with the top of the top and work backwards. When we say luxury, we mean luxury. And that everybody has their own idea of luxury when you're traveling. Me, I don't like hurdy-turdy and snooty kind of old luxury. I like to feel comfortable. I like to know when I'm walking around with my cover up on my bathing suit that I'm going to feel comfortable and not feel like, oh my God, I should have lost 100 pounds or I should be 100 years younger to keep up with the people that I am around. Even though the commercials out there, they show the younger couples at these resorts. 90% of the people that Nelson and I see when we travel to resorts are, 40 and up. Yes, the couples are there on their honeymoons and stuff, but mostly, once people go away on their honeymoons, and it's not fault of their own. They get involved in your life and everything else, but I always say, you need a little romance in your life every year and every day. Say, I love you. Give a kiss at night. Give a kiss getting up in the morning. You got married in together for a reason. Once you start breaking that habit, things fall to pieces. And we know how important last year was and how much we're all together and everything. And it's important to keep our relationships alive and work at them every day. That being said, Sandals and Beaches, Sandals is for couples in love, and they created Beaches a couple of years later because the couples that were married were having families and wanted to have the same type of service they found at Sandals. So the fantabulous Gordon Butch Stewart decided to create Beaches, and as we all know, he did pass away 2 weeks ago, and now his son Adam is the chairman and has taken over the reins for his father, and he's doing an awesome job, and he's been doing an awesome job for years. So getting back to Sandals and Beaches, what's included? Everything is included at Sandals and Beaches, from the transfers to the airport, to whether you're getting your standard room with this luxury, to all the way up to Butler, or they call Love Nest Suites, where you have the water edge pools and the soak tubs, or if you want the overwater bungalows at some of the resorts. Those are the Love Nest Suites, and each one is different, and just all depends on how much you want to pay and what you want to do. So what you get is your alcohol, your sodas, your coffees, your teas, whether they're specialty drinks or not, your Caribbean beers, your local beers, your international wines, your top shelf alcohol, anything and everything to drink as long as it's legal. You get all your entertainment. You get your room, of course, and like I said, standard room. You don't get butler, but you do get housekeeping. You also get 24-hour room service. Moving up, you get concierge. Concierge is a different level. In your room, you'll get your bar changed out and your juices that you want to drink, and your sodas changed every day. Butler, same thing as concierge, but you get a butler 24/7. You get a phone, and believe me, once you go butler, you never go back. And people think, oh my God, the butler suites are so expensive. If Nelson and I can afford a butler suite on a travel agent salary, Anybody can. And no, travel agents don't travel for free. We got to work our butts off to get a room, and then we're not always going to get a butler suite either. So it's up to us to make sure that we're selling the right product to the right client for the right thing. Because I can sell you Ochi Beach Resort, and you want a quieter, more romantic, toned down. I just want to relax. I don't want the big, huge resort. Or like you'll find out this Friday in St. Lucia, there are more boutique style resorts that you can, that not only in St. Lucia, but in Jamaica, and Antigua, excuse me, St. Kitts, Martinique, Barbados, Curacao. It's more out there than just the Bahamas and Puerto Rico. There's so many beautiful islands. In fact, today, learning from St. Lucia is the only one named after a woman. And she's named after St. Lucy of Syracuse, which, if you're Catholic, you'll know all about that. And each island has its own personality and so much more. So getting back to what's inclusive of that, not all inclusive resorts are Sandals and Beaches resorts. Beaches resorts are geared to the family. Same thing that Sandals offers, not so much butler options with beaches, but they have more kid-friendly options and family togetherness kind of things to do there. Plus, if you just want to go with, girlfriend's getaway, or you want to go the guys getaway and play golf or something like that, a beaches property would be better for you than a couples only resort. There are also resorts, when you're thinking about it, are they accessible to those that are with special needs and disabilities? Not all of them are the same. Some may not have elevators and flat or wheelchair accessibility. You need to know that. Also, food related, if you have allergies, how can they accommodate you with the food issues that you have? The history of the island you want to think of as well. The activities, some are geared to all water sports, some are not. You want to think about that too. And the terms you need to know about all-inclusive resorts are motorized and non-motorized sports being included. 90% of resorts include non-motorized sports, which is they'll give you the flippers to go, it's snorkeling, but you can't go scuba diving or use their boats to go out or whatever. With Sandals and Beaches, you get that included. If you're a diver, you know how expensive diving can be. You can dive free twice a day on the Millionaire boats. If you're not a diver and want to learn how to dive, you can learn how to dive and pay like $99, and they'll take you in the pool first, and then you'll go out on the boats with them to go diving in some of the most beautiful destinations you'll ever see. Also, things to watch out for when you see coupons and credits with your all-inclusive resorts. If you're looking at, oh, I got this really great offer for $700 a week at this great resort in Mexico, but I got $1,000 in credit, you got to think, well, what is the credit for? What are the coupons for? They may not be something you want. Some of them might offer, drink discounts. If you're a drinker, you may want to go with a resort that, you have unlimited drinking, whether it's alcohol or soda. You don't have to be, an alcohol drinker to go to an all-inclusive resort and drink alcohol. Some of the sodas and specialty coffees and teas can run up a price as well. So you want to think about that. Are they offering you any spa treatments or excursion credits with that. Are the excursions you want to do? Are they transfer coupons? So you have to use the coupons for transfer, getting back and forth to your resort. What exactly do those coupons have? I'd rather offer you something a little more high in price, but good in value, which means you're getting what you want and not be surprised when you get there. So I want to make sure that you're getting that information. So anybody out there with questions for me, whether on YouTube or on Facebook, we would really love to hear what you have to say today. Let's see here. Anybody? Okay, taking a break here for a second. All right, sorry about that. So I would love to really have some news with you. Hi, who's ever there? Say hello. Remember, you need to add StreamYard to Facebook to access the chat and say hello. I've been talking about all-inclusive resorts today, what you need to know prior to booking your all-inclusive resort, or things to learn about. I've also mentioned today that the new restrictions that you need when traveling back into the USA, when you're traveling outside the country. I also mentioned I got a couple offers on Echeverria Travels page on Facebook, as well as we sent out the mailing for the week. All right. So hopefully next week you'll be back and listening. We definitely encourage you to watch Talk Travel with Cheryl this Friday, January 29th. I'll have it up around 10 o'clock in the morning. It's all about St. Lucia with my good friend, Mr. Richard Moss. We would love your comments. And if you want to set up a one-to-one with me, please do so by contacting me at 407-910-6469 or reservations at echeverriatravel.com. Please sign up with us for our communications either via email or from regular mail. We're back to doing snail mail again, and we've announced a number of our trips that are being offered for 2022. Have a great week. God bless and take care.